Hi guys, welcome back to an episode of Create with Linda. So today's Monday and I'm just getting started. It's only 2:30 guys, but I'm getting started on preparing dinner because I have this much chopped meat left from that big thing that I had bought about a week and a half ago from Sam's. It's getting a little brown on the edges, but I think I'm sure it's still fine because it's pink. I'm sure it's still fine. And I had my daughter, when she was at Walmart yesterday, because I forgot to get it when I was shopping, pick up this little thing of cabbage for me because I'm going to make stuffed cabbage for my husband and I. I think he's the only one, him and I are the only one that eats it. I never knew that he ate, that he liked stuffed cabbage, guys. And then we were talking a couple of weeks ago, and he's like, oh no, I love stuffed cabbage. It's like a Polish thing. I'm like, are you kidding me? I love stuffed cabbage, but I never make it because no one else really eats it. So I'm going to make stuffed cabbage today. So I have a little cabbage here, this chopped meat. So, like I said, I'm going to get it together. And guys, you know what I did earlier? Oh, you have no idea what happened though. You have no idea what happened, I'll tell you. So yes, guys. So my husband has been bugging me the last couple of weeks to make chocolate chip cookies, okay? So, our oven broke and stuff. So I was like, well, we'll have to wait till we get get the oven on Wednesday, which the oven's coming on Wednesday, guys. My new oven's so excited. Can't wait to see what she got. I have no idea. I think she got, what did she say? I forget what brand she got.
She's working for the
Yeah, I'm not sure of the brand, but I just can't wait to see it.
Whirlpool.
Yeah, Whirlpool, I think. I'm really excited about that. Anyway, so I was like, well, you know what? I discovered I had known that I could bake in the Ninja. So my husband had to go out, so he was out. So I figured, you know what? I'm gonna make. My Ninja also has a baking feature, but I haven't used it yet. So it was on my mind. I thought maybe I can make them in the Ninja, but I had said, I'll make them in my George Foreman because I have that toaster oven that is like an oven. So great. So I decided to do that. So on the how when you make pizzas and you make stuff in the toaster oven and in a toaster and the stuff comes down and you have to get it out of there because it will start on fire sometimes and stuff. It'll burn and everything else. Well, I had a little bit on the inside of it, so I took the thing and I scraped it off before I started the toaster oven. So then I put the cookies in. They're baking in there. I was so excited because I'm making chocolate cookies in my George Foreman toaster oven. Awesome. And all of a sudden I smell something, and I smell a little burning, and I'm like, oh, it's probably just a toaster oven. So I went over to the toaster oven and I looked at it, and at the bottom, guys, there was flames inside the toaster oven. There was flames coming up. Well, I don't know about you guys, okay, but I'm not good in an emergency. Like, I literally freak out, and I literally had to smack myself in the face to say, Linda, calm down, because I was so panicked. My husband wasn't here. Jenny was in the living room talking on Zoom with her program. The dogs were running around barking because I was running around the kitchen like, oh my God, what do I do? Because the flames were coming up. Now, it didn't look like a major fire, but the flames continued, and it just kept coming. So I went over there, and I figured, let me blow on it. Bad idea. I blew on it, and the flames came back at me. I was like, oh, my Lord, what the hell? So, guys, and I know this is going to be so funny, but all I thought about was, I was going to get water, and I'm like, I don't want to ruin the cookies. I don't want to ruin the chocolate chip cookies. Is that sick? Is that sick that I was worried about the chocolate chip cookies? I wanted to salvage them. So I ran over to my drawer. I got the hot thing, the mitt. Went over there, tried to take the pan out, and it started flaming. So I put it back in, and I'm like, I gotta get these trays out of here because there's no way I'm gonna be able to get the fire out unless I do that. So I was so panicked, guys. I couldn't even think. So I sat there for a second. I said, Linda, I talked to myself. Calm down. You have to get this under control. Calm down. And I knew I couldn't do it unless I stopped panicking. So I took a breath and I stopped. I came over, I unplugged the plugs. I went over to to the sink. I got a coffee cup. That wasn't going to really work because it was awkward. So I went and I got my soup ladle, and I put water in it, and I went over there and I threw water in it, and it like flamed up again, and then it started to go out. I went and got another one, and it did it again. Guys, after that, I had to sit down. It wasn't only that I couldn't breathe, like I was so in such a panic, but I had like pain in my chest, pain like in my whole back area, in my arms. I thought I was having a heart attack. I really literally thought I was having a heart attack. That I went and I sat down and I said, oh my God, like this is really scary. And then after I sat there a couple of minutes, it calmed down, and all the pain subsided and went away. But that was some really, really scary stuff, guys. Because I knew, like, because the flames were starting to like come up, and I knew, and my ceiling was right there, like, you know, not that far up. And I was like, oh my God, if this comes out and starts the ceiling, and one of my biggest fears, guys, is fire. I am deathly afraid of fire. Like when I go to bed at night, I check the heaters, make sure nothing's like by the heaters, you know, because we have those standing up heaters in our house. I'm always afraid something's going to ignite. And downstairs in the basement, I'm always having my husband check this, check that. It just makes me really, really nervous. So that was some scary shit. Excuse my French. Some really scary, scary shit. Let me tell you something. It took me like a half hour before I stopped shaking. I was literally shaking. I was this close before I was calling the fire department. I was going to even call the fire department and then still try to get it out, because I felt like I didn't want it to get out of control. Like I felt like, you know, if once it gets out of control, then I'm dead. I'm you know, not physically, but like this is not going to be good. So guys, so that wasn't fun. That wasn't fun. And note to self, guys. Afterwards, I realized in the back of the toaster oven there were clumps of black pieces of stuff that I didn't even know was there. So note to self, guys: clean out your toaster oven once a week. Check it every day. I don't know, because it's very, very easy for things to just start on fire. I had little tiny pieces, you know, start to flame like in the bottom, you know, very minor, and just, you know, I shut it off, scrape it out. But I've never had this. I've never had a fire like this. This was some scary shit. I almost picked up the whole thing and was going to, because my door is really right here. It's 2 seconds. I was going to pick up the whole thing and throw it outside. That I didn't even care if I got burnt at that point, because I just didn't want it to spread to my ceiling. And guys, I just awful. Really, really awful. So thank God. I pray to God. I'm so thankful to God. Thank you, God, for keeping me safe and my house safe and everything. Very, very scary. And I'm so grateful. So yeah, so that was fun. So now I'm going to sit down. I'm sitting down. It's 2:47. I'm going to start preparing my my stuffed cabbage, guys. So let's get started. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to set you guys up over here. All right. So what happened was I was able to save. There was like 5 or 6 cookies that were burnt because they were in the back on that side. So I had to throw those out. They were totally hard and burnt. Then the other ones were fine. They were just soft and they weren't burnt. So I was able to, I know that like I said, my Ninja has a baking thing. So I put my Ninja on and I put them in there, guys. They came out so good. They came out a little dark only because they were, you know, one set of them were cooked already. And I put it on for 8 minutes, not realizing that it would get a little bit dark. But they're very soft and they're good. And then the other ones that I put in there, like 6, 8 of the other ones that were left in the bowl that I didn't scrape out yet, they got a little bit darker only because it was hotter than it was really hot because it was just on. And it probably should only cook like 5 minutes, and I let it cook for 8 minutes, so they were a little bit dark. But they're very, very good. I even had one. I don't know how many points that is. I got to see how many points that is. Anyway, I had one. But they're really, really good. I love the Ninja, guys. The baking, there's a baking freaking feature in there. Tonight, guys, and right now, I'm going to make my stuffed cabbage in here. I'm going to make it on the baking feature in the Ninja. Love it. I was even thinking about making my husband and I were talking, we wanted meatloaf. I was thinking about making a meatloaf in there, but I was thinking meatloaf's not going to work out because what happens is when I make my meatloafs, guys, I put it in like a big baking dish, and my meatloaf is very moist, so it like spreads out. It'll be like the whole square. It probably would just be a square meatloaf. Probably would be fine. It'd probably be fine, but I don't want to have it that way. So, yeah, so I'm not going to make meatloaf in there, but I'm going to make my stuffed cabbage in here tonight, and I'm very excited. So, yeah. So, let's get started, guys. Here's my little baby cabbage. Okay, so what I'm going to do is take the couple of the green, big green pieces, because these are like not edible really. I got my garbage bowl. Too bad I can't take credit for my garbage bowl because it was Rachel Ray's idea, but I'm sure all of us can think of this. I even thought of this today because my garbage is now in the back because of Cooper, because he destroys the garbage, so it's in the back now. So we have to walk in the back room and put it in there. It's a pain in the butt. So now I keep a bowl with me to put all the garbage in. So I don't have it all over the table, and I don't have to keep going back and forth to the garbage because that ain't gonna happen, guys. So Rachel Ray, I thought of it too. She's just making money for it, guys. She's really. I wish I was Rachel Ray sometimes. What are you gonna do? All right, so let's see. Is this one? I think is still a little tough, so we won't use that one. And this one we'll take. All right. So let's see now if we can get some good ones here. I'm gonna cut the stem off. Yeah, see, this is nice. See, I don't need a lot, guys, because it's only gonna be me and my husband, so I'm probably gonna make like 4 or 5. See? Yeah, because that'll be enough to roll. Yeah. My mother used to make these. She made this so good, guys. But my mother was very good at making like I said, meatloaf and meatballs and all of that, chopped meat gravy and all that. She had a knack for chopped meat. Like, she made a lot of good things with chopped meat. She really did. She always made a moist, like I told you, a moist meatball, moist meatloaf, very, very moist and delicious. So this is how she makes it. Make it basically the same as you make your meatloaf or your meatballs. You know what I mean? Meatballs are more like the stuffed cabbage mixture because, stuffed cabbage is more like the meatball mixture, I should say, because it's more Italian. Well, it's Polish supposedly, but I put red sauce on it, so I make it more of an Italian mixture, grated cheese and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, so this is good to roll. Okay, I just want to make sure. I'll use what I can of this, and then what I'll do is I'll save the rest of it for like a stir fry or just put it. I love cabbage, so you know what I mean. These little hard things I'm probably gonna cut off because we don't need those hard things. Yeah. So I got 3. Let's get another one. I love cabbage. These come off so easy, guys. Look at. I like the way cabbage smells too. I'm gonna cut off the hard part again because the hard part we don't need. Yeah, a little bit more of that hard part. So that's 4. Let me see. I'll probably make 6. So yes, guys. So I'm still on Weight Watchers, of course. It's only today is my 5th day. Wednesday is my weigh-in, guys. Last night, I have to admit, I went off a little bit. I made like chicken I showed it. I have a video of it up. If you look on my page, you'll see the video. I made chicken marsala, chicken piccata kind of mixed together because the food store didn't have marsala wine. So I had to, I had sherry in my refrigerator downstairs, cooking wine, so I used that, and I made like a chicken franchise and like a marsala because I put mushrooms in it. Guys, it was so freaking good. But it had one thing about this meal. Number 1, it's flour. Because I dread the chicken in flour. And number two, there's a lot of butter in it. A lot of butter in it. You can't make it without making a lot of butter in it. So, I mean, it was minimal amount. I mean, I didn't eat all that butter. I had a little bit. So, but it was high in points. But that was fine because I wanted it, and it was Valentine's Day, and I made it, and it was very, very good. And like I said, guys, if I go off a little bit here and there, that's what I love about Weight Watchers, is that it's so flexible that if I go off a tiny bit, I have those extra points. And I'm still staying really, really good as far as my carbs going. This is like my 5th day without soda. I haven't been drinking Diet Coke because I was starting to drink Diet Coke a little bit here and there, which I supposedly can have, but it's loaded with sugar and bad stuff. You know that. So, I have been having some bread, which is my low-carb bread, but I've been counting that in there. So that's really the only carbs I've been having. I didn't have any rice. I've been eating my cauliflower rice. I've been eating vegetables and salads and all of that. So I feel better already with my sugars already. I can even tell already, guys. So I'm doing good in that aspect, and that's really what all I care about. No, of course I want to lose weight. I need to lose weight. Chubby thing that I am. But getting my sugars, because guys, let me tell you something. I got some real issues because of the sugar. I'm telling you. It's very, very scary, guys. It's very scary. All right. So, but yeah, I've been doing really good, guys. So Wednesday's my weigh-in day. I'm really excited. I hope I lose some good weight. If I don't, whatever it is, like I said, as long as my sugars are better and all of that. So, yeah. So, I'm going to, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Hello? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to make 6 of these. Let's see if I can get another one. Yeah. And then this I'm going to save for other stuff. Cut off the little hard part. Yeah. Should I make 6 or should I make 7? I'll make 7. I'll make 7 stuffed cabbage because I really enjoy them. Okay. Let me get this still a little hard part here. All right, guys. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait a minute. 1, 2. Oh, this one really has the hard stem in here. I can't keep that there. Keep that like that. Gotta cut the stems off otherwise. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this I'm gonna save for like stir fry. Like I crave that, like cabbage, like with oil and garlic and stuff. Ooh, that'll be so good. Maybe I'll make this tonight with the stuffed cabbage. I don't know. I'll save it or save it. So I'm going to get a little pot of boiling water up with, so the water boils. Then I'm going to stick these in there with a little salt and let them blanch a little bit so they get a little, basically not all the way soft, but basically cooked all the way through, a few minutes apart. And let them get a little soft, and then I'll take them out. Let me get that pot of water, and I'll show you guys. All right, guys, so what I'm doing is I just stuck the cabbage in the pot over there. What I'm going to do is, because, like I said, I like the cabbage, the stuffed cabbage with like a red sauce. So I have 3 cans of crushed of whole tomatoes that I have in my pantry. I'm going to make a little marinara with that. This way we can use it for the stuffed cabbage, and then my husband can have pasta this week if I make something that he doesn't like or whatever. So that's what I'm going to do. So I started that, and I'm just getting the chopped meat. The chopped meat starting. So going to mix the chopped meat up. So, I just have to wash the pot because I had a pot of filled with macaroni in it from last week that my son-in-law has been taking for lunches. So I just wanted to have to put that in there. So I'm going to wash that, and then I'm going to get doing all this stuff.